One person who's not so sure that things in WWE will change is CM Punk. CM Punk weighed in at Comic-Con. He was asked about what he thinks now that the regime has changed in the WWE, if he thinks that the culture will change in WWE and things will turn around, and he was not so optimistic. Check out this clip.
You think because he tweeted that I'm retired, you think he's not going to be hands-on and he's not going to...
Well, that you would, that is, yes.
You know?
But I mean, someday he is going to be gone. For real.
Sure. I mean, we all are. But I don't think the structure there, I don't think the... what's the word I'm looking for? It's not at the cult. I don't think the culture there changes at all. You know, I think it is what it is. I'll put it to you like this. Oh boy, people are going to be real fucking mad about this, but fuck it. Mercedes and Trinity leave, and they announce on SmackDown that, gosh darn, we're so disappointed in them, and they really let our fans down. Brock splits, comes back, obviously. I think he worked the show. But where's Michael Cole saying, man, Brock Lesnar really let these fans down? I walked out. They went on TV and they called me a quitter. What's changed? What's the difference? You're going to attack these two fucking poor women who just kind of had enough and they walk? They got bigger balls than everybody there.
Yeah, typical CM Punk, always got something negative to say about WWE. Look, I'm the biggest CM Punk mark in the world. By the way, I just spent way too much money on a CM Punk Ringside Collectibles exclusive. Collectibles. I collectibles. That's a word. Don't fucking argue with me, bitch. Ringside Collectibles exclusive of the First Dance action figure of CM Punk. Comes with the ice cream bar. I was at the First Dance, as I've mentioned several times. Cheap plug if you want to go check out. I do have a full in-depth, in-person review of that event in my archives if you would like to check that out. But I digress, right? So CM Punk, never short on words, never short on a willingness to talk a little shit about WWE. He's certainly bitter to the core about WWE. I love Punk, spent a bunch of money on a figure for him, but he is a very salty man, and that rubs people a lot of people the wrong way. There's a lot of talk online. People are like, oh, CM Punk, blah, 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 overrated, blah, 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 always talking shit, blah, 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 blah. And he does, but hey, that shit's fun to me. I like the little bit of heated back and forth. I like those little jabs. That's competition. That's healthy competition, in my opinion. But somebody that had their own contrarian thoughts about CM Punk and was not afraid to call him out by name and contradict him was the Road Dogg. Was also on the Busted Open podcast this week, and he gave his 2 cents on CM Punk's opinions of the whole regime change. Check out this clip.
Only in WWE do you get to go, no, I don't like that, and walk away. Wow. So you know what I mean? Like, think about that, and I'm including Brock in that as well. Like, I know he came back. I don't know what conversation was held, but I also imagine everybody on social media jumping right to CM Punk as well. Let me go ahead and throw his name in there to start some social media buzz. He jumped right to, oh, well, how come they didn't do to Brock Lesnar what they did to Sasha and Naomi? And I think it was a totally different, like, it's apples and oranges. You can't compare the two. And so it's not fair to compare the two, but anything to make the WWE the devil. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's virtue signaling.
Yeah, he's not wrong that the Sasha Banks and Naomi thing was slightly different from the Brock thing, in that Brock came back and did the job, right? He did what he was asked to do. He came back and was a professional after he freaked out and threw a temper tantrum. But that's Brock. Brock's a heated guy. He gets tempered very quickly, and he had, time to cool off, and maybe he was talked to either by Triple H or even Vince himself, kind of talk him back into coming back. But CM Punk's overall sentiment is not wrong. There is still a double standard there. I do believe that. And I do think that it's not the greatest working environment for some of the women. Clearly, Sasha Banks left for a reason. Will that change now that Stephanie's in charge and Triple H is in charge? Perhaps. But, only time will tell for that. But Road Dogg was not shy about taking his shot back at CM Punk, and really wasn't shy about kind of burying AEW in this interview too, while completely just sucking on that dick of Triple H. He was just all over, just slobbering on it. He admitted that he was, he's like, as you can tell, I'm looking for a job right now. And then at the end of the interview, he had the nerve to say, I am appalled by some of the things I see on AEW TV. And I've been begging Tony Khan for a job on every platform, and he won't respond to me, and I want to know why. Well, that's probably why, is because you're appalled by everything you see on AEW's TV, and you had the nerve to say that publicly, amongst other things, kind of taking his little jabs at AEW. And you know what? So be it. Everybody's entitled to their opinion, and half of you listening feel exactly the same way. And wrestling's very tribal nowadays. And I try not to get into that too much here. I try to, as a podcast journalist, it's my job to be fair and balanced and equal across the board. Though, I haven't been shy about admitting that I don't really watch a lot of WWE anymore, and that I am a fanboy of AEW for a lot of the things that they do. But I try not to put it in my product. And I try not to alienate anybody that might be listening that has a different opinion, because I think everybody's entitled to their opinion, and I welcome that kind of conversation. But wrestling's very tribalistic nowadays. Everybody wants to pick their sides and take their shots at the other side. And if you go on any conversation on Twitter, it doesn't matter what it is, you see somebody post something about something, and you look underneath it, and there's going to be, half the people are going to be mocking you and laughing at you and ripping on you about your opinions, and the other half's going to be agreeing with you. And that's just the world that we live in nowadays, but especially the wrestling world. Fans are just so divisive. Everybody's a critic. Everybody's got their own opinions, and everybody thinks that they would be Booker of the Year, and know exactly what they're talking about and how they would do things or how things should be done. And Road Dogg, no different. CM Punk, no different. Everybody's got their 2 cents in this whole thing, right? Time's going to tell if the culture will change within WWE. I personally think it will. I think, especially for the women, we have Stephanie McMahon in charge. She has been an adamant fighter for the women's division. She has been outspoken about it, fighting for the women's division backstage. So now that she's in charge and Vince doesn't have final say, I do think that we're going to see a lot change. I think there's going to be more equality for women. I think women are going to get more spots. And I do think they're going to be taken better care of and more respected and appreciated backstage. Especially with Triple H in charge too. I don't think that he's the type that's going to have those same kind of opinions as Vince McMahon, where, she's not pretty enough to be on TV. If she doesn't look like a girl that Vince would pay $1 million to sign a non-disclosure agreement to suck his dick backstage for her spot on the roster, he doesn't want anything to do with her. I don't think Triple H is going to be that guy. Kevin Dunn's that guy, but we do believe that his time in WWE is pretty short too. Even though Triple H did name drop him in his interview that we mentioned earlier with Nick Hausman, that Kevin Dunn's on the team, but I don't think that that's going to be long lived. But time will tell for that as well. And it's fun. It's a whole new era. Everything's up in the air, and we're gonna see. We're all gonna watch and see how this plays out. And it's great for the business, however it plays out. Oh yeah, thanks for checking out the video. Yeah. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like it if you liked it. Yeah. And you can check out full episodes each and every Sunday right here on the channel. Ooh, yeah. Dig it.